Kutsuya is walking towards the store with her phone in her hand. In the store he notices people leaving. Two girls bumped into him, they lay flat on the floor and Sheena he senses what is happening. Their knife-swinging mad criminal in front of everyone and promises killed them. He tries to escape first, but when telling the girls to run, girls notice that they are too afraid to act. Seeing this is a moment he needed. Show your true courage by racing against Madden pushes him to the ground, tells the girls to leave quickly, until he realizes it because of his evil. Luckily, the criminal was stabbed in an instant. He comes to them and runs away. The girls rush to check on him, but that's it too late. Sheena is already in the finale. Girls can't believe their breath. Only Sheena cried her eyes and soul. Still, he's glad he was able to save them, make them cry, and then it's over. Admitting to his fate, he suddenly wakes up, found himself in a beautiful bedroom, lies in bed and thinks he has survived, and he is in a private hospital. But when he looks around, he sees the servant and a random female attendant starts tearing up, calling it Master Kane in the other. The woman asks if she could hug him right away, admits his mother. They are happy about it, it's good, but it's still not there. Understand why they are always hell. He doesn't know that Kane calls him Sheena. What is going on? Who are these women? And the most important thing is, who this guy represents. It starts in the windows. Expected wonder where he is. Who is this guy? Who are these people? After calming down, he begins to realize that it is his body, and the women explained that he had fallen asleep after lying in bed for a week. Fever leave to prepare a little bit of flour, depending on the food, and Mirashina understands what is happening, that he is now Kane, the son of a nobleman, and most importantly, he is living. He is a dream, reincarnated in another world. He was saddened by this revelation, wanted to help catch the criminal, but he stabbed and dead, but not all hope lost inside of him. That's what he really wanted. One day he will be reborn into another world, so it takes over opportunity to do something he always wanted, and the important thing is that he knows his size only to fall into disgrace. The moment by Sylvia makes it even more. An embarrassed Sylvia tries to take him away, accelerated by what was happening. He'll find out since he's in a coma. He was born in a noble family. Gracia governs the area, and he, the third son of the Silford family, came from the furniture around him, and a castle with itself. He realizes that his family is very rich, mainly because he has two younger brothers, a sister and a stepmother. Gave him to start your green card immediately, but he wants to go out. What's going on? And he asked Sylvia. When he comes out he will explain everything. The area is a forest, animal adventures and everything else. He's excited about getting old life. Sylvia tells him he can grow up to be a wizard. He is so excited to get rid of the monsters. He immediately wants to try magic, but Sylvia tells him that people can only use it magic after they turn 5, so it should waiting another 2 years. When he returned 5, he should go to the temple and get but the grace of God to finally use it. He was too excited to wait 2 years in order to test magic. He wants to do the magic right away, so he wants to find a way soon. First he needs to learn the basics of how write and complete a simple task for mathematics. Because he was a high school student, parents start to think it's weird because he has changed a lot since he woke up. He was shocked, but explained that it happened just doing his best to learn, and then his father reveals it. Being the third son, he has no rights. When he comes convicted, Kane, the heir, takes advantage of this opportunity, then asking for books on magic. Her sister does not like this world because he simply cannot use magic until he begins to use without people noticing. His sister almost caught him magic, but fortunately he did not see nothing, but still he can't let his guard down because he has some brother complex. Teaches him about him uncovering world history and magic. Their kingdom was founded by a random guy. He explains that his name is also Japanese. All races of elves are dwarf monsters. People are literally living to dreams. Years passed and now he is 5 years old. The day has come when he will visit. He meets her in the temple to receive his blessing with father and mother and elder the sister, who hugged him tightly. They looked very nice. Entering the house and carriage their trip, Kane is happy that he will be finally see his magical status and initiative. He asked his sister how she is doing. Sounds like a scream and it shows opening it. He looks carefully. He will see his profile, and his magic level. Sees the title to be bothered with, and he chokes on almost anything. Is embarrassed, but it leads the other way. Note his to magic levels. Each one's father tells him more about the spell levels they were given. With the blood of God and their range comes 1 to 5. They will arrive soon. The temple includes them and the ceremony beginning with the priestly deities' incantations, and Kane looks forward to revealing her magical status. Suddenly, he heard someone laughing and sees a bright light behind the god. In the next second, the statues will open his eyes, and he realizes that he is inside the world of gods. Is like many other gods, people appear one after another. I'm glad Kane is finally turning 5, for they have since passed forever waited. They called him by his real name, Sheena. They introduce themselves to him and explain how he achieved this. The world is basically a different case Where the mistake was, it was not that the maniac had to die trip while running, and then arrested, but Shayna decided to be a hero and left. For this he died for absolutely nothing, because the gods thought he was a good person young man, and decided to reincarnate him. They wanted to seal off this world memories to avoid the trauma of changed diapers and stuff, but in the end for some reason he woke them. Kane still thanks for giving him a chance. Save the memories, he doesn't have his relatives in the original world, and remembering makes him appreciate himself. Each of the family gets even more from God. They came closer to him and offered their prayers and promised to meet him again. Everyone returns to the temple. Comments about light, and light may have been blessed by all the gods. His father received excited to be asked to show his stat us window, but Kane knows something is wrong. The god who created it said there was a small gift for him. Laughs. This doubt makes Kane pretend to be sick, and he will run away, just a place to hide and see his stats. And for his shot he had his stats right, all maxed. And when I say all maxed, this does not mean the 5th degree, they are all degrees 10, despite the fact that he is already at level C 5 years old. But luckily there was that old god, some meaning, and gave him a magic spell, which allows him to falsify his status during dinner. Window numbers. Later, is his father asked to show his condition window. It shows everything is normal. See all the blessings of God between the levels. 1 at level 3, that's it. Definitely strong for a 5-year-old. Everyone will be amazed. And if you estimate that he has over 300,000 spells, 300 times stronger than all the best magicians in the country, and his family is so shocked that the father tells him that he will never show it to anyone, his condition, not knowing the way stronger. He explains, if Kane shows it off, or misbehaves, it will considered a threat to the world, and put it. Kane is under control in his room, begins to understand his mistake, and how should have lowered his stats further, but he pays attention to a book about summoning magic. He has always been interested, summon cute animals and play with them. So they decide to call something outside. He begins to wait for the ceremony, calling it fluff. But so what, it comes out of the circle, it's not a thing. For some reason he is a devil. Her sister and cat girl are walking. At the same moment, the djinn is being prepared to attack them. Kane rushes to stop him, placing himself before them. Demons scream. Dell's scream helps him understand how he acted. Protect the 2 girls left in it. His previous life. He rushes forward once again. I swear this man likes to rush and dying. He casts his flame spell. Top of the beast, and he wants to fight. The demon punches him. He stands, gathered all his courage, and punched. Casts a spell to repel the demon where it came from and saves the day. Obviously, he's still beat up to the ground, and the girls rush to his. I honestly don't know where the help is yet. Cat girl came and she doesn't come either, because he only says cat ears instead. His name is being torn apart by his sister. He is surprised. One more death to protect the 2 girls, and it was not possible. Touch. The cat's ear. Girls cry more intensively. It begins its closure until his eyes simply accepted his death. Gets up and realizes that he is not dead, not even injured. Body. Sister a little more tears and then smiles as she hugs him. He realizes that he cannot. Why other girls cry in her past life, but this time it will be different. Protect everyone. Smiles. During party he introduces himself and it reveals his desire to learn about the world and become an adventurer. Then watch this. See you in the next video.